Thank you so much, everyone, and thank you to the National Service Corps for this incredible honor. I am so grateful, and what an incredible group of awardees there are tonight. Really, I think that tonight is about honoring Voices for National Service for the tremendous work that you do every single day, creating and expanding opportunities for young people across the country through AmeriCorps and more, helping those with tremendous wisdom and experience to bring that wisdom and experience to bear on solving some of our nation's toughest problems. And I'm so proud to be in a state. I have to give a huge shout out to two other awardees tonight. Our governor, Jay Inslee, is getting a National Service Award as well, and our U.S. Senator, Patty Murray, is as well. So we are thrilled. Incredibly honored to be with that group. And I'll tell you, as a state, we understand exactly why the National Service Corps and why these programs are so important to build our nation, to root out poverty, to promote environmental stewardship, and to shape our next generation. And I have very personal experience in why I care about these programs. Right after 9/11, as an immigrant to this country, I've been very involved in fighting for immigrant rights for the last 20 years. And I started an organization in the wake of 9/11 that grew to be the largest immigrant advocacy organization in Washington State, one of the largest in the country. And all of our initial staff, if you will, were from AmeriCorps. It was an amazing opportunity for us to build the organization, and I talked to one of our very first AmeriCorps. Her name is Melissa Bailey. She was our very first one. She helped us to grow. We added 3 more AmeriCorps members in our very first year, and Melissa was embedded in our immigrant communities, listening to the experiences people were having around hate crimes at that time and helping them to integrate into their communities. She was exposed to ideas and people that she tells me today that she never would have been. And one of her earliest memories was this interaction with a Somali elder immigrant. And she said she was reminded, and this is a quote, "As much as government can be frustrating sometimes, she's lucky to have one." And that fostered a whole career in public service. She went on to work for the state legislature. She now is a senior transportation advisor, policy advisor in another local government, and she has understood exactly how she wants to spend her time. And in the end, the organization I started called One America benefited from dozens of AmeriCorps over time. Today in my congressional office, we also prioritize hiring folks who have had this experience because we think that they're a fantastic example. It's always a plus for us when we see AmeriCorps or one of these programs on a resume. Today, Liliana Alala, who's on my district staff, she handles environmental issues. She moved to Washington State to join Earth Corps and to help restore our beautiful Puget Sound. And she engineered salmon habitats and led hundreds of volunteers and moved hundreds of pounds of logs by herself to improve the ecosystems in which our region relies. And so AmeriCorps helped Liliana to find her calling serving others and set her on a path to see the world and to find a passion and pursue it. Today, we're so proud of 7,854 people in the state of Washington who engage in these national service projects, putting in long, taxing, and difficult hours. You are the conduit for making that happen. You are the vehicle through which young people across the country can work in areas and tackle problems like education disparity or breaking the cycle of poverty, immigrant rights, fighting climate change and global warming, and pushing for access to quality health care and dignity in livelihood. But perhaps the most important thing, and I'll end with this, is that the people that I have seen come through the National Service Corps are people not only of sound intellect and able to come up with tremendous policy contributions, but they are people who themselves have tremendous heart, people who make policy work human and bring our biggest goals to life at the local level. The National Service Programs plant seeds of hope in communities across the country so they can sprout the kind of change that we've been fighting for. And our job in Congress is to make sure that we water those seeds and tend to those young plants by helping everyone on both sides of the aisle understand how important this is and what a bipartisan priority the National Service Corps has always been and will always continue to be. Because ultimately, investing in service creates a culture of service. And Mahatma Gandhi, a hero from my birth country, who had a deep influence on my life, said it best when he said that the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. So thank you for everything that you have done, for allowing people to lose themselves and then to find themselves again and to create a better country. I'm so honored to receive this award, and I thank you.